What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're here to talk NFL, AFC West division breakdowns, previews, our picks to win and lose, and everything else. As always, I'm Paul Pickle Winham Concha, and I'm joined with.
You already know it's your boy Kev, Water Boy Savoy, aka the Don PYE, future mayor, future commissioner of the Atlanta Falcons. You feel me? And who are we in this bitch with today, man?
We with Southpaw's Run Boxing, aka Gator Boy, aka Jamari. Glad to be back. Had to get was a little busy this weekend, get some schedules figured out, but now we back on our regular schedule programming.
But what set you claim?
Claim your team off rip, so everyone knows you.
Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan. I admit it. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a bandwagon, as they say. I turned into a fan like during the 2019 season. Then Mahomes got hurt. And I was like, Lamar was going crazy. Then Lamar lost. That was back on Mahomes.
See, remember when I was telling you before the episode, Kev, we were talking about like teams that have random fan bases, and sometimes it's just because of one player being magical.
For me, it's Mahomes. I'll be honest. For me, it's Mahomes. It's Mahomes. It's Mahomes. For the longest, it's been Brady. For the longest, it's been Brady. But Mahomes, something clicked for me. He's like that 99 overall, like Madden player you making those old Madden games, and you can just do anything with him. And I was like, that's him. That's him.
I respect it. Michael Vick brought me to the Atlanta Falcons. I was like, okay.
Even with the losses, I was like, you know what, I'm sticking. Mahomes is my guy. You know what I'm saying?
But I will say, like I'm blessed. Like I did find the Falcons in like 2006. Like, you feel me? Like, I was deep into the second I started playing Madden, I was a Falcons fan.
Chiefs. I mean, not a bad team to have as your fan. Just because coming off the Super Bowl win, I know you're probably riding them high into this season.
Let me know, how does it feel to win a Super Bowl? I wouldn't know.
It feels good. One, two now as a longtime Chiefs fan of like 3 years.
Long time. A lot of people's lifetimes.
There's a lot of niggas that haven't done like 3 years like consistent in the rap game. So that is a long time, but a lot in different circumstances.
Yeah, not a lot of people stick through the rough losses. Like, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm spoiled as a Chiefs fan, but here's the thing: with the losses, I stick. You know what I'm saying? When other teams, like when Brady lost, I was like, screw Brady. You know what I'm saying? Lamar lost, I was like, well, not really screw Brady, but when Lamar lost, I was like, who's next? Mahomes.
All right. Well, hopefully you stick with this team.
Even when we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we lost to them. I'll be honest, I kind of hated Brady for a little bit. I was like, dang, Brady, I love you. Why would you do this to my team? But then again, I was like, it's a go. It's a go.
You heard him say he hates Brady a little bit.
I did for a little bit. I was like, dang. I was like, why do I hate Brady? But
you talking to his biggest hater. I was just hoping for the motherfucker to stub his toe this morning.
Well, all right, y'all boys, we got to get into these teams. We might as well start with the Chiefs since we got our Chiefs fan of the podcast with us. Kansas City, if y'all don't know, they don't have Juju anymore. He went to the Patriots, lost both their tackles, Orlando Brown, Whaley, lost Frank Clark, lost Carlos Dunlap, and potentially could be losing Chris Jones, who's holding out right now. We're in week 3 of the preseason. Who knows if he's even going to get ready for week 1 of NFL if he hasn't got that bag yet. But they did fill in those offensive tackle losses, going out get veteran Donovan Smith, and gave a 4-year, $80 million bag to Jawan Taylor to fill up the other tackle position. I'm going to pass it up to the Chiefs fan himself. How are you viewing this season? Y'all are the favorite to win division. There's only 4 teams that actually have favorited odds to win division. Chiefs are one of them. They're the biggest favorite to win division.
I'm confident.
80. So, should do it.
I'm confident. One thing last season taught me, all Mahomes needs is the O-line. When we went into the Bengals game in the Super Bowl with with our receiving core. And in my opinion, our receiving core got much better. Justin Ross, he has not played in the NFL yet. Y'all might not know him, but from college, Justin Ross from college was one of the best receivers. He was right. He was right there with Jamar Chase. He was one of injuries dropped his draft stock. Kadarius Toney is our new receiver one, who I believe will be better than Tyreek Hill. I've been watching him since the Gators, since he was at the Gators. He has the same he has the same athleticism as Jamar Chase. However, he's very, very, very injury prone. That's my biggest concern. He's been injury prone all his whole career, ever since Florida. I don't even think he played more than 10 games at Florida.
Yeah, he definitely.
But when he's on that field, the one thing, as soon as he caught that ball, I was like, he's taking it home. Then he had the longest punt return in Super Bowl history.
Better than Tyreek.
That's how much
Hill.
I'm so confident. And also better for the team. Better for the team for Tyreek Hill than Tyreek Hill, because we just need more team football.
I think you guys just keep doing what you're doing. Keep listening to Andy Reid. Stay buying into the
Oh yeah, with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're gonna do their things. And with their defense, it sounds weird, but I'm not too worried about our defense. Chris Jones, we're bringing back 100%. 100%, we're bringing him back.
All right. And really, that's bold. I mean, that's bold. As of right now, he's talking about he's not free until he gets that bag. Do you suspect him to get the money? I mean, we were a week and a half away from the season. Do you expect him to be ready for week 1, or are we talking about no Chris Jones for a little bit, and then they gotta pay him?
I'm confident he's going to be ready for week 1. We are going to pay him. It might, you know what I'm saying? It might not, you know what I'm saying? It might not happen now, but he will play, and we will pay him a big bag.
Nah, most definitely. But here's my thing. When it comes to this team, as long as you guys stay bought in, but you can give Pat Mahomes pretty much anybody. He's going to figure out a way to make it work. The fact that he throws touchdowns to his entire team, you only want Pat Mahomes and Kelce on fantasy. Anything in between is wild because, you never know what they're going to do. You might see Kadarius Toney go crazy. You might see Jared McKinnon go crazy. You might see this person go crazy. It's
Pacheco?
Pacheco even went crazy at the end of last year. So that's what made shit really happen. And I'm like, okay, as long as they stay bought in, they listen to what Andy Reid got going on, they haven't figured out, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah Pacheco, to me, is an interesting fantasy pickup for people in the middle to later rounds if he's still on the board, just because he got 700 yards last year. He didn't win running back 1 until more than halfway through the season. And I like to take what does the team use in the playoffs? And you saw Pacheco clear-cut RB1 come every playoff game. So I think take that as great evidence as going into this season. They're probably they're still going to have to use CEH because they used the first round pick on him. But I think they realize that he's not their number ones at Lair. That Isaiah Pacheco is a legitimate running back that great draft steal by them. They got him in a super late round. So
yeah, but Clyde, I think we're pretty much done with him.
Isaiah Pacheco, I like.
Yeah, sir. Honestly, with Clyde, I think we're pretty much done. We're pretty much done with him. Yeah, we're pretty much done. His time is up.
Super Bowl? Or is he hurt?
I think he'll still get used as a receiving back because Andy Reid has a history.
Yeah, as a receiving back.
He'll like to have multiple running backs, so he'll be in for the gadget plays. But when it comes to 15 touches, 20 touches a game, like the person who's playing 70% of the snaps is going to be, I think, Pacheco this year.
But the way he lost his running back was like he was fumbling a lot, and this was from the previous years. He has issues controlling the ball. He's been fumbling, but he's a really good receiving back. He's not. We need him as a speed back. We try to use him. Our biggest mistake, we try to use him as a fullback, kind of like a fullback, like a power back, and that's just not what he's built for. He's a receiving back, speedy.
So Kev, you have any other thoughts on this team? I know you said to just keep it. Do you expect the same old Chiefs?
Say that one more time.
Do you expect the same old Chiefs? Because we hear over here, he's already telling me people are going to be burning Tyreek. He already telling me like he's guaranteeing people getting signed. So I know he's probably going 17-0 Chiefs.
I
So
think it's gonna be the
I
same.
need you to let me know. Is it the
It's
same
gonna
old
be the
Chiefs?
same thing. They're gonna win some. They're gonna lose some. They're gonna win games they're supposed to win. They're gonna win close games. They're gonna lose close games. They're gonna lose
We'll lose to the Bengals.
like the Colts, like to some random trash ass team that you shouldn't be losing into. I think they'll take number one in the division. Will they take number one in the AFC? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they might be giving me like number 2 or 3 vibes, but like we'll see.
All right, and then so we got them. What's up, Kev? All right, so we kind of already know what the Chiefs are. We already questioned the number one. Let's go from the biggest favorite to win division to one of the biggest underdogs of all the people. The Raiders, the biggest dog in the division. What they're sitting at fucking plus 1,700 to win the division. They got Jimmy G, 3 years, 72 million. Some people hate this, some people like it. They brought back Josh Jacobs on the franchise tag. They they uh they lost Mac Hollins. They lost who did they lose? They lost Derek Carr. The defense is
You forgot Darren Waller.
Darren Waller's went to the Giants. Like there's a lot of more holes, more questions. They still got Hunter Renfrow. So and they brought in OJ Howard, Austin Hooper to kind of fill in that Waller void. They got Devontae Adams. Can they win games? Like, are they a sneaky pick here? Because they still got talent at skill positions.
I'm gonna say no. They didn't. I'm gonna say no. They didn't. To me, they didn't really upgrade their roster much, and they actually got worse. And they paid Jimmy Garoppolo that fat bag, which I don't. Which I do view Derek Carr as a much better quarterback. I didn't like the Jimmy Garoppolo pick.
I like the idea of going in a new direction because you guys and Derek Carr weren't moving. But this team is one season away from the playoffs. Like one season removed out of making the playoffs. They were the last seed and they literally had to win their way in. But motherfucking this team was like a decent team. Like they had stuff. They just probably didn't mesh well with Josh McDaniels immediately. So like they had to figure shit out. But like them cleaning house like this was crazy to me. I don't know what the fuck was going on in that locker room, what the niggas was doing, but I feel like they didn't appreciate Derek Carr, and I feel like they're gonna pay for it. I feel like you're gonna have these good receivers, and you guys are gonna get wins for sure. But I feel like all you guys are gonna end up doing is just end up paying a lot of motherfuckers to make great highlights, get good numbers, but not get wins.
So
like it's gonna.
Finish off, Kev. My bad.
Like I'm thinking like a 5-6 week season. I'm not thinking like them boys gonna leave with like 2 or 3 on some Cardinal shit. I'm thinking like 5, 6, maybe 7 wins.
So I like Josh Jacobs, number 1 running back in fantasy football last year, out of nowhere.
Yep. And guess who drafted?
Devontae Adams and him had multiple weeks as they're both for number 1 in their position. I know it is with Jimmy G, but Jimmy, I don't know what type of offense they're going to be running. He is reuniting with his old offensive coordinator when they were on the Patriots. I know it was they only had those 4 games together, but he was one of his coaches early in his career. He likes the guy. They clearly like him. They went out and paid $72 million to go get this guy. Devontae Adams didn't seem happy when they got him. There was a whole bunch of those cryptic stuff going on, and he didn't seem too pleased in press conferences that they moved on from Derek Carr. Remember last year, Derek Carr couldn't even finish out the season. He wasn't even allowed back in the facility for week 17.
Shit is insane. That was fuck. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck that jersey. Like the players are cool, but fuck that jersey.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only thing I think 5 to 6 wins is probably being nice.
Yeah.
I think they might be going closer to. They might be a sneaky pick at like the bottom 3 picks in the draft. That like. Because this is a tough division.
Not for sure. And they don't like play well in that division for yeah, fuck them. But like I'll give them 5, 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, same here. It's just when a roster gets worse, and to me they really downgraded at quarterback position. The main reason Devontae Adams went there was that connection he had with Derek Carr from being college teammates. Even when he was with the Packers, he's always talked about wanting to play with Derek Carr. Even with Aaron Rodgers, he's always paid homage to Aaron Rodgers, but he's always wanted to play college with his college teammate. Then when they randomly cut him, he was very frustrated. He was very vocal about criticizing the Raiders for cutting him. And yeah, and my question is Devontae Adams going to be, is he coming in here with a fire, or does he want out?
So honestly, I think he's going to be one to I have two bets for first coach fired. Ron Rivera, I covered on the previous episode, and the other one is Josh McDaniels. And it's because I think I think we might see vocally from some players how they're going to be unhappy here. Mm-hmm. And Devontae Adams, I think, is going to be leading the charge. I think I'm still going to, if he's on the draft board, I'm going to draft him. Because Jimmy G's going to throw that motherfucking 15 targets. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Jimmy G, it's going to be some short dink and dunks. And I think who knows, Devontae Adams used to kill that short, quick passes with Aaron Rodgers. And this could be one of the worst takes we have all year. But
nah, Devontae.
Yeah, it could.
If the O-line
that's the thing.
Josh Jacobs gonna eat. They're gonna still skilled players are gonna eat, but it's not gonna lead to wins.
Mm-hmm. And then probably the biggest question mark in the division, Sean Payton is the new head coach of the Denver Broncos. He seems he's not going to put up with the Russell Wilson bullshit. He seems to. I mean, Sean Payton's a leader among men, so I think he knows how to get a locker room right. They've got Russell Wilson. Jerry Jeudy did get hurt in a preseason game, got carted off. Don't know what's up with him. He might not be playing, but they still got Cortland Sutton. Tim Patrick Jr. didn't look bad. Javonte Williams is coming off the injury. I mean, they re-signed mostly all the offensive linemen and gave them the money, gave them the bags, $50 million each to tackle in the guard. So, is Sean Payton going to turn this into a winning franchise, or is this still Russell Wilson ain't the guy?
I believe Sean Payton. They're going to be much better than they were last year. As far as winning franchise, I do see the potential they could compete with the Chiefs. They can compete with the Chiefs. It is, what I'm saying, this division is a lot. This division is a lot more open than it seems to me.
You think?
Yeah, really.
I think you're thinking the wrong way, right? You're thinking Sean Payton turned this to a championship team.
No, not championship team, but I'm talking about competing division wise, not because it's Sean Payton's also his first year with that team too.
Yeah, but I'm not
sure if they give it.
I'm talking about like Paul said. You're thinking about Sean Payton turning this to a championship team. Nah.
Oh, yeah. No.
My dog Sam Walton gonna turn this bitch into a championship team. Probably remember we was trying to sell all that land we had over there in Bronco County. We was trying to sell. But look,
Russell Wilson was sneaking up the joint.
Niggas ain't buy for real. So you know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of land out there. Let's see what happens. I'm not saying the boys gonna eat, but that defense is legit. That defense is the truth. We gonna see if they can figure some stuff out. Maybe Russell Wilson starts using his legs again. Let's see what we got something. I mean, this man made Drew Brees a legend. I think he's a hoe, but everybody else considers him pretty cool. But I want to see what this Broncos team could do. I might have this team a little higher than people expect on the list. I'm just saying when it comes to this division. I'm just saying. Y'all might come at me a little sideways when I say that they're gonna do something to somebody. I'm just saying.
Cav, what would you say if I told you that they are behind the Chargers to win division in the ranking, and the Chargers are plus 300 and the Broncos are plus 600?
I believe it, but because them niggas sucked last year. I believe it, but I don't know, man. Like, they might turn it into something that they can build onto next year and be a problem. I'm just saying. I think they might finish, you know what I'm saying, a little higher than what the bets say.
This is where
Mm-hmm.
if coaching truly matters, this is where we're gonna see it here. And I really hope Sean Payne, if Russell Wilson's having bad games, he went out and signed like 2 backup quarterbacks, Jared Stidham and somebody else. And if he's not putting up with the bullshit, what if he puts in somebody he thinks will get the fucking job done? That's all I'm saying. Because Russell Wilson, if he's not using his legs, you already know how I feel about him, Kev. I haven't been a fan of him for a little while now. He does everything seems business decision made. He doesn't seem to be out there trying to win games. Everything's a business decision with him. He can't even touch.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying, man. Remember what Sean Payton did to Taysom Hill. Where's the second motherfuckers doing talking? Man, I'm finna drive Taysom Hill right now for fantasy. Like, that's what we're doing the damn thing. Never forget that. Motherfuckers were screaming at.
All right, and then we got to move on to the last team, the Chargers. Basically the same old team. They didn't go out there and sign anybody too crazy. They re-signed their tackle, re-signed their center, re-signed a defensive lineman. They did lose Kyle Van Noy, the edge rusher. They lost Drew Tranquil to the Chiefs. The defense swells. What's up, Kev?
Didn't they get Kellen Moore offensive coordinator, or is that somebody else?
Oh yeah, no, they did go out and get Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. I did forget about that pickup.
I was about to hit you with some Justin Herbert spiel, like, yeah, Jay Herbo, he about to do it. He about to do the damn thing.
I love the Kellen Moore. I love the Kellen Moore pickup. But their head coach was just calling really bad offensive plays. I'll be honest. He was going for it every single last fourth down. Didn't matter if they got it or not. Didn't matter how far they got. The play callings was questionable. Miscommunications everywhere. Kellen Moore comes in with his experience, takes over the offensive playbook, calls those plays. This team could be a lot more dangerous than last year.
My biggest question mark with them, like how it's been the past couple of years, is they haven't been able to stop the run. If you have a running back that can get 20 touches and go for 100 yards, they were bottom 10 last year against the run. They were bottom 2 against the run the year before. They didn't go out and buff up the D line. Yeah, you can say their corners are coming back healthy. The whole defense should be healthy next year, but I don't see it. And until I actually see them stop the run, I still think it's going to be the same old Chargers with a better offense because of Kellen Moore. My other big question mark on offense is Austin Eckler. He's great for fantasy because he catches a lot, but he averages like 60 yards per game on the ground. If Justin Herbert isn't getting it done himself, and you can't rely on Eckler to get you those yards on the ground, and he got 300 touches last year, and he's not built like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the anomaly, and Nick Chubb's the anomaly who can get 300 touches and keep it moving. Eckler's not.
I will say he does train pretty hard. He does train hard. He lifts a lot of weights, but I think he is going to get there's a chance. I'm not saying it happens, and I definitely don't want it to happen, but you go out similar to like Christian McCaffrey, where like you have a really high usage, and you start getting hurt a couple seasons in a row, but then you go to a team that uses you differently. But I don't know, man. What do you think, JP?
With the Chargers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My prediction is the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. I really think they're gonna compete. They're gonna compete with us.
I always like the Chiefs versus Chargers game. Those games are always good. No, I just want to see
Travis Kelce. And the thing is, they can't stop Travis Kelce.
Ever.
He goes off on them every single game.
Yeah, did he?
But really, Justin Herbert. But the main thing is Justin Herbert. I am really high on Justin Herbert. I think he's a top 5. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I'm saying now, and really, it starts with the quarterback. How he comes out, how he plays.
He definitely has top 5. He has a top 5 talent. He's a top 5 talent, top 5 arm. I just don't think he's done the top 5 work yet. This is the season to be like, yo, I'm gonna have my breakout year, and it's close to a comeback season. It has to be.
Yeah, I think he got the bag this year. I can't remember exactly how much he signed for, but then he just signed for like an insane amount of million. I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, that nigga's eating right now. Like, so
He
we'll
got the
see.
bag already, though. He just, and that's why Joe Burrow and him were both kind of waiting until one of them got paid.
Oh yeah, they fucked up not paying Joe Herbert. Joe Burrow. They fucked up not paying Joe Burrow. That's gonna be that shit to bite them in the ass.
He's gonna break 300 million.
You said what happened?
He's gonna break 300 million.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be crazy. And Lamar just got paid. What do you get, Paul?
Oh, Lamar got like, didn't he get like
256? It was 230 million guaranteed, 256, I believe, like in the contract, but guaranteed it was 230 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Bags.
It was crazy.
Bag season.
Yeah. So Paul, what's your final take on this entire division? You think this is gonna rank high when it comes to division? When it comes to just competition?
I think so. If all the teams play to their ceilings, I think so. I think there will be exciting games because of how the Chargers and Chiefs match up, and particularly for those two, there's offense versus offense. But other than that, like I I see three teams potentially making playoffs, or this could be some teams things ain't working out, and we're only seeing maybe one team making the playoffs.
I mean, the AFC is loaded right now. You might have three people from your division make the playoffs. The AFC is crazy loaded right now.
To me, I'm going. I think we're going to meet the Chargers in the playoffs.
All right, let's just hop into the rankings and offer it.
Yeah, ranking. Yeah, ranking. Yeah.
First seed, I'm gonna go first with my four. I got first seed in this division, the Chiefs. I think it just goes through them, and then and just the offense. Yeah, the defense. I think Chris Jones' work gets done. Honestly, I think it comes later in the season. I think we see Chris Jones getting re-signed to the team week 3 because this first 2 weeks they see the impact that we need Chris Jones on this defense because this shit ain't looking too good. So they get him back, and I think they're just the offense is damn near as long as Travis Kelce's healthy and Patrick Mahomes healthy and Pacheco is a dog, we're good. Then Denver Broncos, I think their defense is elite enough to win them enough games. Sean Payton knows how to win. And then I have the Chargers, unfortunately, going third. Not that high on them. Again, I don't think their defense is as lit. They have great defense on paper. They're a team that you can build with on paper, and they look great. But for whatever reason, the product on the field doesn't win games. And that's the Chargers for me. And then the Raiders are one of the worst teams in the NFL, I think, this year. And we'll see the coach get fired.
I got to get a Paul. You ain't shit. You see how America? You see how you just stole my entire word for word, bar for bar.
You had the same order.
I was about to say that's why I kept saying I'm thinking y'all putting Chargers consensus number 2. I'm thinking especially with Kellen Moore. So you know what? I'm putting Chargers at number 2. Fuck it. Chargers number 2, Broncos 3.
That's me.
Raiders bottom 5. Oh fuck it. I'm putting Raiders 1. The Raiders 1.
That'd be wild.
But nah, and then we're gonna skip the 4th seed, and then the 4th seed, and we're gonna give the 5th to the Raiders.
I'm going Chargers at 2. I've always been high on the Chargers. Same with Chiefs at 1, Broncos at 3, Raiders at 4.
I will say I'm high on the Broncos because that defense is legit, and also
I'm loving the Kellen Moore pickup.
I had to deal with Sean Payton for so many years. That motherfucker's a problem. They know how to win games. So like, if he can go over there and tell this team like, "Yo, bro, this is how it's gonna get done, and this is the way we're gonna do it." Like, if he really goes in there and commands that locker room and have that respect for their players, and they know they're looking at a living legend. I don't know, man. This team might be a problem.
Well, all right, y'all guys, we gotta wrap up this episode. AFC West, we broke it down. We broke all down for all 4 teams, gave out our division picks and our division losers. As always, this has been Totally Blitz Podcast. I'm Paul Pickle, Conscious, joined with Kevin Waterboy Savoy, joined with Jamari, JP, Southpaws Run Boxing Gator. As always, if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.